Hammers, Hammerettes, everyone else, welcome back again. This is a new video. I just want to give my scores for the players out of 10 that performed against Watford. I want to know my subscribers' feedback. Put in the comments below what you think of this new video. Not saying it's going to be attached to every game that we play, but you know, like I say, I'm looking for the feedback from what you like, what you don't like. Just to quickly, yeah, if you want to send me anything West Ham based to be on this background, you know, my PO box is in the description box below. Okay, right, we're going to start this off. Got the starting 11 here, and you can pause the screen if you want to have a little look at it or whatever. I'm sure most of you know the starting lineup. We're going to start off with Darren Randolph, the goalkeeper for West Ham. Now, for me, I thought he did play a solid game, although there was questionable, it was questionable about this penalty, about his late dive and that. But you know, since coming to light, I can understand why he did it, and you know, I did think he put in a good shift at the end of the day. So I'd give Randolph, for me, a nice 7 out of 10, nice and solid. I think probably the average would probably be 6, but I actually thought Randolph did a little bit better than average, so I'd give him a 7. Next up is Kayate. And this geezer had a nightmare. I thought he had a complete and utter nightmare. At right back, it was uncomfortable. It was like walking in, you know, I don't know, with your sister and their boyfriend or something. Like, I would say mum and dad, but that's a bit cliche. Yeah, your sister and their boyfriend in the bedroom. It was a bit like, oh, get out of my fucking ass, you cunt. You know what I mean? Not that I've ever done that, by the way. Not that I've ever walked in on anyone. Maybe somebody has. If you have, you know what to do, people. Yeah, but he did have a nightmare, Kayate. You know, it's not his fault, but I'm just doing this purely on performance. I'd probably give Kayate a 5 out of 10. I just didn't think he played well at all. Next, I thought that this player played really well. Font. I thought Font had a really good game, really comfortable on the ball, really read the game well, knew who was around him. Partnered with Winston Reid, I thought he was sublime. I thought he was one of the best performances. Especially in comparison to Reid during the game. I think he definitely outshone Reid for the first time. Hopefully this won't be the last time. You know, hopefully they can really compete to see, you know, who's having the better games. This will work really well for us, you know, in the long run. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But I'm going to give him a good 8 for Font. Winnie Reid, not obviously didn't have the game as Font did, but I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he did read the game well, but he didn't come into it where it was so important, or do such, you know what I mean, like the last ditch stuff, or something that was so influential in the game that completely, you know, changed it or stopped it, prevented it from happening. I thought he just had a really good game, Winston Reid. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Next up, we'll go with Cresswell. Again, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Second half, the second half of the second half, you know, the last 25 minutes, last half hour if you like, he really came on back to the old Cresswell. But for the majority of this game, the facts are Cresswell didn't play that, like he wasn't that influential, and he did get caught out in his position, and I'm just not 100% sure what to do with Cresswell yet. I'm just going to go on the performance of this game. Thankfully for him, the second half of the second half performance did kind of save him on these points wise, because I would have probably gave him a 6, but now I'd probably give him a 7 because of the way he ended that match. And you know, he was putting in some good deliveries towards the end, but it's just a shame he has to wait until so late in the game to do this in matches. Next we've got Noble, Captain Noble. He had another hard game, he did. I do feel for Noble a bit, you know. I mean, don't get it wrong. I mean, he goes on any pitch, you know, any fucking normal pitch, he's going to look like a world-class player. But you know, just I don't know if he's losing his grip. I don't know. I just think that it's really taking its toll on him. I think he works really hard. This is the thing: his passion his passion really does, like, it does make me feel so good how much he feels towards the club. I do think so much of Mark Noble, but you know, I'm just not 100% sure if he's there yet. But for now, I'm going to give him the benefit of that, because I did see him putting in some hard tackles, so, and I thought, you know what, him and Obiang, especially Obiang, I thought they played really good together in the midfield. So I'm going to give him a nice solid 7. You know, a little bit better than average. You know, I'm just going to leave Mark Noble for a minute, alright? I'm just not 100% sure where he is. Next is Obiang. Pedro Obiang, who was fucking incredible in that first half. I thought he was brilliant. To be honest with you, he had, throughout the game, even when you had quiet spells, he would come through and do a great challenge, or he'd block off or intercept a good pass from Watford, something that would have penetrated us. And I don't know, I think that's priceless to have. In a team, to have that kind of player, like, you know, you got Chelsea, that was Kanté before, it was Leicester with Kanté, really good solid player. You got the Coquelin for Arsenal, although he's not really performing, but you know, everyone needs that kind of defensive player that just sits in the hole in front of the back four, and Obiang does it fantastically. So I'm going to give Obiang a good 8 out of 10. Thought he played really well. Him and Font, so far, that's shining out at this squad. Next, I think Faguli. Next, Faguli's up, and I think Faguli had a really good game as well. And I put a tweet out there, and I said I think Faguli may be one of the most underrated players out there. And in terms of what he does in his position, like his crossing, like his attacking the right back, or attacking his man. And I got quite a lot of likes on it. I think a lot of people agreed. So yeah, on the basic performance of the game, I still think he worked hard. I definitely put a shift in, and you know, he did contribute by whipping these balls in again. You know, these dangerous balls that was giving us opportunities. So I'd give him, for me, I'd give him at least a 7, at least. I mean, above average, definitely. Definitely one of our performing players in this game. Next is Lanzini. For me, was man of the match. I thought he was brilliant, both halves, pulling strings from deep, then pushing up, being influential. He was doing it. He was a box-to-box midfielder. He was the most blatant box-to-box midfielder. Even when they was coming back, he was backtracking. He was everywhere. And don't forget, he's the one that done that beautiful little deft flick to Antonio to release him to hit that ball in those posts for Ayew to score. So it kind of led through at Lanzini. Lanzini was the one pulling the strings in that move. So yeah, for me, he was man of the match. I wouldn't say he had a fucking incredible, like he was like, you know, it was a world-class performance, but it was definitely a 9 for me. Man of the match, 9, star man, fucking whatever you want to call it. He was my boy in this game. 9 out of 10 for Lanzini. Next is Snodgrass. Snodgrass had he had a stinker. He had a stinker. Barring that ball that he whipped in, he actually whipped in 2 balls. It was a free kick. He whipped in 1 good free kick and I think two good corners during this game. Everything he did, it just didn't come off. You know, everything, there was players in the way of his shots. You know, every time he was going for a direct dribble, he was getting pushed out of his position. It just wasn't working for Robert Snodgrass in this game. I'm gonna have to give him a 5. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. I just feel like that is the right result on his performance of the game. I'm not saying his overall potential or, you know, what his level is as a footballer, but in the performance of this game, a 5. Not influential one little bit. Lastly, on the starting 11 is Antonio. Now, this is going to be a fucking hard one to call. This really will. See, the thing is about Antonio is, it's like everything is put out there for him. You know, he tries so hard, and he did. He was so influential in his game as well. He was really influential. But then he's got to drop points. He has to drop points for this red card. You know, although it's not his performance, but it was a decision. It was a part of his characteristic, his traits, to do that. You know, to do something so silly. You know, and that's got to be included in the score. When people do these things, it is part of your performance, because when he does go off, it does bring it all down on the team, and that is purely because of that person. So yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, I would have probably gave him an 8, you know, but because of what happened, I'm going to have to drop him to a 7. Unfortunately, like, it actually fucking matters. I'm sure he's not at home thinking, oh, Jay's only giving me a 7. For fuck's sake, I was really looking forward to that 8. I know that. But it's just a little bit of fun on the fucking video I do. We'll go on to the subs really quickly. We'll go with, first off, we'll start off with Fernandez. Came straight on, and yeah, his first touch of the ball, I don't exactly know what happened. I thought he got injured with his first touch. I don't know, but there wasn't really nothing going on in the game. We'll just give him just a basic 6, yeah, because remember, 6 is average, alright? I don't know why, it should be 5, I suppose, but 6 is average. Yeah, we'll go with 6 for Fernandez. Next is Caleri. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just going to give him a basic box standard 6. Ayew, obviously, coming off the bench, scoring a goal, getting in the right place, you know, rallying the troops. Done really well. Done really well, especially as a substitute for us. So I'd say, for me, I'd probably give him a good 7. if I was doing points, I'd probably give it a 7.5. So yeah, that pretty much completes all the players that played. Adrian, Byron, Masuaku, Collins, none of them obviously played during the game. But yeah, these are my ratings for the game. Let me know your ratings if you want to put it. I mean, I'd love to. This would be really different for me. I mean, you know, you could just write maybe your favourite, what your favourite player is, and put his rating, what you gave him, or just list the whole team who you want, what I've just done. Put it in the comments below. You know, of all the ratings, all your ratings, and then see what other people are putting. Because this would be really interesting. Because the people that put their players' ratings down, it will be good for other people seeing what they've wrote. You know, saying, oh wait a minute, how the fuck can you give Coyote a 6 when I've given him an 8? And then, you know, you can all kind of compare scores and all that, and, you know, like your points and that. But let's not have no fucking rares. But yeah, if you're watching it, just put it straight down there. Yeah, put it down in the comments below. Would really love it. If you are still here, again, would really appreciate if you could send some stuff. You know, if you got some stuff you don't want, just send it to my PO box. You know, if you're gonna throw it away, if it's disposable, throw it to me. Could be anything. You know, would prefer it to be West Ham based. If it's gonna be on the back anyway, it will definitely have to be West Ham based, because that's all I'm gonna have for my backdrop. Yeah, but if you want to send checks, diamonds, gold, anything like that, no, but serious, whole cash would be nice. Yeah, if you want to send something, yeah, whatever you want, just send it to my PO box. Yeah, I will be doing my collection on Monday to see what we've got, go through some bits. Hopefully, and go through some bits, see what you lot have sent me. All right. Anyway, people, I am gone. Comment, like, subscribe, and as always, keep sharing my shit. See you all later.